Pal, good morning. How are you doing? Hey, my name's Dennis Nelson. I'm coming to you from Green Lake Vapor in Seattle, Washington. So, a little bit about our store. We have been established since October 4th, 2014. Yes. Okay, so here at Green Lake Vapor, we pride ourselves on premium products and premium e-juices. For the most part, we only sell products here that are newly released within well, I can't say newly released, but released within a 3 to 6 month time window, unless it's something fancy like the G-Priv Touch. So today, what we're going to be talking about, you've heard about it, it's the new device by Smok. Yeah, you get that glare off my camera, don't you? All right, so it is the Smok X-Force. Now, what happened was I had a bunch of people rolling into my shop and they kept asking for the Smok Pocket X. And I kept telling them, I said, the Pocket X is an old, outdated product. And they're like, well, we just saw it on the market. It can't be that old. Well, they were mispronouncing it. So it is the X-Force, Smok X-Force. So if you are out there trying to find information on the Smok Pocket X, that's a whole different product. This is the X-Force, and it is a phenomenal unit. I actually took two different tanks, because we've got tanks in stock. So two different tanks, and we put the coil in. And this one is actually going to be normal e-juice, I believe 1.5 milligram honey from Artisan Clouds. This one, however, is going to be nectar by Artis Liquids. And this one here is actually that's a good question. I believe I put in the 36. Let me double check here. Yeah, sometimes we all make mistakes, right? Let me double check here. Whoop, there we go, glasses. Lucas, where to go? Yes, so this is the 35 milligram. I'm going to keep my glasses on this one. Okay, so anyhow, we just showed you the tank. Now, this kind of follows suit with the original Penguin. The coils are very much the same. The tank feature is very much the same. However, if you look here, this little slot here, that is your airflow. Sorry about the focus here, guys. I've got it set on autofocus. Okay, so that is your airflow. Over here, take the little flapper. You see that? That's the flap. So this little flap here is actually where you fill this tank up at, which is really cool because you don't have to keep ripping out the coil. Now the coil, it just pops out. So if you look at that, if you're familiar with the Penguin, that's very much what the Penguin looks like. There's your tank. So it's got all the juice in there. Okay, so Smok has made a lot of, how do I want to say this? Engineering advancements on the product. A lot of people are using this for nicotine salts. Other people are using it with standard e-juice. It works great either way. On the standard e-juice, I don't feel that the flavor is as intense as it is with our, let's say our Fireluke Freemax Pro tank. And on this one, I use the standard single coil. So that's the puffy cloud on that one. I'm going to do a forewarning on this one. If you're using the Smok X-Force and you're using it with nicotine salt, I recommend that you use a low milligram of nicotine. We all know that low nicotine is like 24. Like I said, I've got 35 in this. And I'll tell you the story as to why. The first night that we had this in the shop, I loaded it up. I did my little priming on it and all that other fun stuff. I took 5 pulls on this, and there were 1, Yeah, that tastes pretty good too. Yeah, that tastes pretty good. I got to the 5th pull and I was like, yeah, this is pretty cool. And about 2 minutes later, all that nicotine hit the brain real quick, and I ended up having to sit down for about 5 minutes to clear my head. They can be very potent as far as the nicotine delivery device. So I'm going to show you what this nice little unit can do, and then I'm going to break it down for you here too. So what's nice about this one, where'd it go? USB charger is on the side by the trigger. That's the trigger, okay? And trigger, air vent. This is your air vent for your battery. Now, a lot of times we have products out there, the Aspire Breeze 2. You have to compress the sides in order to pull the tank. This one, you just pull the tank out. There it is. That's the inside. So, not necessarily a magnetic fix, but it's got a little click. You can hear that? Okay, so we're going to take the pull on it, and I'm going to try not to end up on my back because of the amount of nicotine, but let me give this a shot. Excuse me. Wow. Yeah, I feel that nicotine almost instant right now. So as you saw, it does give a good cloud plume. So if you're trying to go after nicotine and cloud, that's it. You know what? I don't think I'm going to take another pull on this. That's, wow, that's overpowering. Okay, so back to the standard tank. Just like other devices of yesteryear or the Penguin, what you want to do is you want to put a little juice on the inside, on both sides of that coil, and make sure that you get it good and saturated. The other thing that I recommend that you do is you take 5 dry pulls on this, and then you're going to open it up. So basically, that's a pull, and you're going to take 5 of those, 5 long ones, and then after 5, you're going to pull the cap and close it, and you're going to take 5 more, open, close. Okay. Some devices are different than others, so standard for the TFE, or I'm sorry, not the TFE 12, the Fireluke FreeMax Pro Tank. You'll take 3 pulls, open the top, close the top, 3 pulls, open the top, close the top, 3 pulls, open, close. That's the best priming method, so you don't get the dry coil. This one was a little tricky to figure out the first time around, and I fried the first coil because I didn't do it properly. So we are going to take this, we're going to pull that out, and that's going to get set to the side. This one here is going to go, I'm going to slide that out of the way. We're going to pop this back in, click. Okay, now we're back on standard E-juice, 1.5 honey, so I can take that in. I know I'm not going to keel over. So, it still throws a cloud, which is kind of nice. These are not going to break you when you go to buy one. They're going to average in price anywhere from about $25 up to as high as $50, depending on where you live at, what store you go to. The reason a lot of shops fluctuate in price is because of the accessibility. I mean, if you live in the Midwest, let's say over in Kentucky or Alabama, you might be paying more because it's got to get shipped over from China and then either trucked or flown halfway across the United States to your distributor's warehouse, and then from the warehouse to your retail store and then into your hands. Lots of people are playing with it. Lots of people have their hands on these before you get them. So that's probably going to be your thing on there. Coils, the coils are going to run you probably anywhere between $7 on up to $12 each. Again, it's just going to vary from location to location. I know we've got a lot of people that come up from Nevada and they're like, oh my God, your prices are so high. Well, Nevada's got some different laws down there and different features, and so the prices are a lot lower. Here in Seattle, Washington, we've got all sorts of business taxes that play a part in the sales of an item. So it's not necessarily that we're trying to jack the price, it's just that we're covering our fanny because of taxes. All right, so anyhow, again, what we're going to do is we're going to take this nice handy dandy little box, we're going to open it up for you. And a nice cellophane on there. Cellophane wrapper. All right, poosh. All right, so we can slide this little. So here we go. We're popping open the box. This is a brand new box. Slide this open. Oh, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? So there's your X-Force, right? And these little nice things, I like to throw them away. All right, it's a moisture pad is what it is. All right, we're gonna pull this out. There you go, Smok. There you go. There's your 2 coils, there's your charge cord, your user's guide. That's what you get in the box. And we're gonna pull out one of these new coils. I don't know if it's gonna autofocus on this properly. There we go. So yeah, that's your whole X-Force deal. Nothing too fancy. You know, it's basically charged out of the box. It's got some charge on it, not 100%. A lot of people are all into the, hey, look at all the information on the back and it tells you X, Y, and Z. Okay, well, I don't really care about the information on the back. I care about how the product works. There we go. Now we're back on autofocus. But we'll just tell you what it has. The kit includes 1 X-Force mod, 1 X-Force tank, 1 X-Force coil 0.3 ohm, 1 X-Force coil 0.3 ohm, 1 user cable, 1 user manual. X-Force newly developed 1-button activation device by Smok definitely will become your faithful vaping guard, which has a similar appearance to the box mod, yet compared with box mods, it's a relatively lightweight one. The elaborately carved lines and cutting design on the mod exude a powerful masculine force. 5 LED indicators arranged lengthwise clearly show you the combat power. Sorry, my glasses, I've got bifocals here. Let's see. Power plus built-in 2000 mAh battery, ensuring the massive cloud and dense flavor. X-Force tank is refillable and reliable with a large liquid capacity of up to 7 mil. So those of you that are always out there going, I need a bigger tank, this is the one. This isn't like the drop or the air, man. This is a good flow tank. Let's see. And what's more remarkable is the unique X-Force coil. The transverse coil, which is different from the previous layout structure, providing diversified vaping experience to all vapors. Innovation keeps changing the vapor experience. And that's something to keep in mind too. Innovation. I get a lot of people in here, they're like, oh my God, I just got a brand new mod last month and there's something new. It's called innovation. You got to keep in mind that the vapor industry is a very large growing industry. We are still in our infancy as far as products go, product safety and product knowledge. You have to go back to the cell phones, and I'll say go back to the 1980s when the first cell phone came out. Now, a lot of you might be too young to remember, but the first cell phone was not a brick phone. It was actually a cell phone that went down to a bag, and the bag was the battery. And if memory serves me right, I think the whole setup weighed about 5.7 pounds. And the phone would keep a charge for about an hour and a half. That was it. So what's happened between then and now? Well, now we have the Android phone, the Galaxy phone, the S9, the iPhone, and these are glorified computers. You can go online, get all the information you want. Back then you couldn't. And basically that's what's going on in the vapor industry with our vaping devices. Everything's constantly changing. So you're probably not going to see a slowdown in the market with changes of devices for probably, I'll put my neck on the line, I'm probably going to say the next 3 to 5 years. You're going to see constant changes on the market with these devices, just because that's how the industry is going right now. So anyhow, again, my name is Dennis Nelson with Green Lake Vapor, 7216 Aurora Avenue North, Seattle, Washington, 98103. We are open 7 days a week, 365 days a year, from 9 a.m. till 10 p.m. Come on down, get your vape on with us, and we'll get you set up. Have fun.